This is Steven reporting live from the Propagation Corner, where we have an unexpected situation unfolding in the world of Venus flytraps. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand here with a heavy heart and a wilted plant. Yes, you heard me right. One of the Venus flytraps we were supposed to review today has encountered a dramatic setback and requires our immediate attention. However, there's no need to panic just yet. Just a few inches away, we have its thriving sibling, comfortably residing in its glass bottle. Talk about sibling rivalry, am I right? Now, do you recall when I attempted to do the transplant using the Miracle-Gro sphagnum peat moss? Well, let's just say the flytrap wasn't too thrilled about that idea. But they say we learn from our mistakes, don't they? But today, my dear audience, we have managed to acquire Bloomify's Transplant Kit. Will this be the solution to our flytrap troubles? Only time will tell. But hey, if it proves successful, I might just become a full-time Venus flytrap whisperer. Now let's begin and see what happens. We'll do it live. So this time I got the full kit. As you can see, this is what comes with the kit. This time I got both Venus flytraps. Last time I only got the bottle glass terrarium, but I figured, hey, maybe I'll have better chances with a different type of terrarium. Turns out I didn't even have to wait for the transplanting process because fortunately it's not doing very well. I've only had it for about a month, a little over a month and a week since I got them, and it's already starting to look very, very, very bad. I'm not really sure what happened to it. They've been next to each other, they've been getting the same amount of light, they've been placed and positioned in the same location, so I'm not sure why this one is dying, looking dark and mushy and very unhealthy. And I think I can even see some mold starting to grow in there. However, this one, the bottle, it's very lush, very lively. There's a lot of new growth in there that's showing up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but a lot of new growth. So I'm not sure what happened, but anyway, since we have the full kit this time, including the transplant soil, it comes with these two little nursery pots right here, and you get this Ziploc bag filled with soil that's already prepared and ready to be put in and ready for your flytraps. So this should be the answer to my problems, because last time, as you guys, or those of you that watched that video, those of you that watched the video probably remember I didn't really do very well with my soil selection. That sphagnum peat moss that I got, the Miracle-Gro sphagnum peat moss, was very bad for my Venus flytrap. Basically killed it, I feel like. But anyway, we're not talking about that video. If you're interested in watching my previous struggles with the Venus flytraps, you can go ahead and check out that video up here after you finish this one, or you can watch that one first and come back here and follow and continue my journey. Well, more like the struggles with the Venus flytrap. But anyway, this time we got the full kit, so I thought I'll have a better chance. I even doubled up, but I don't think that was the case, unfortunately, because I'm not sure if this is even going to be able to be rescued, but we'll still try, right? We're still going to get in there, and since we have what we need, so hopefully we can set them up for success. So that's the plan. Now, I already showed you what we get. With that, we also get these little instructions. You get here a little card from Bloomify thanking you for your purchase. It says it's guaranteed healthy for 60 days, but I've only had them for about a month and a week, so this is a little over 30 days, and yeah, it's already dying. Liar! But anyway, they do say that if you had any issues or any damage during shipping, you can contact them and they'll replace it for free. However, I don't think mine got damaged. I can't see any damages. It seems fine, but for some reason, it's not doing good. So I'm not sure what that's about. Didn't really expect that to happen, because my previous experience when I did the bottle, it was pretty healthy for the whole time I had it in there. I had it in that bottle for up to 6 months and I had no issues whatsoever. And I feel like that's the same situation with this little bottle here. Maybe it's the way it's sealed, I'm not sure. For some reason, this one works better than this one. And I also saw a lot of reviews online, people talking about they got the glass dome and they experienced similar situations, mold and everything. So I guess now I see where people were coming from when I was reading those reviews in my previous video. scenario. You know, I thought it was because people were opening it before they got ready to transplant it, and I haven't opened it. It's been in here ever since I got it. You know, I haven't opened the dome at all, just like I haven't uncorked the bottle. I'm not sure, maybe I got one with a damaged seal. That could be it. But again, comparing it to all the other reviews that I read online, it seems like the dome version of the terrarium is prone to fungus, and it seems like it's really not a good setup for it. However, the bottle works great. It's definitely what they advertise. If you're debating between which one to go for, I would personally recommend the bottle, even though it's harder maybe to transplant. But if you just want the experience of having a maintenance-free bottle terrarium, just watch it grow without having to worry about watering it or transplanting or anything, then yeah, go for the bottle, because the domes I don't think work very well. It doesn't seem like, based on my experience and other people's experiences. So just keep that in mind when you're making your purchases. They also give you tips on how to keep your terrarium healthy. I'm just gonna go over them real quick to make sure that I followed them, and maybe I messed up somewhere and that's why I got these results. But it just says to remove any temporary protective film from the jar, but please do not open the jar lid or cork. Again, I haven't opened the cork. You can see it's still sealed, and I haven't really opened this lid at all. It says your plant is growing in a sterilized ecosystem devoid of bacteria and fungus. That's interesting because I can already see some fungus growing in there, so it's not devoid of fungus, unfortunately. Or at least it might be devoid of fungus at first, but it is prone to fungus. So that's kind of misleading. No water or feeding is needed. Obviously, the gel provides complete nutrition. The plant has green leaves with black roots, and the older leaves dying off is normal. So maybe that's what's happening here, but I feel like it's the whole plant that's dying, not just the old leaves. So I don't think that's the case, because I'm not seeing that in the bottle. Even the ones that are technically, I guess, the older leaves, they still look pretty healthy and lively. So it says to display it in indirect sun or use an LED grow light at least 6 inches away. I don't think lighting issues is what's causing this, because again, they were placed side by side, getting the same amount of light. This one's not doing good, this one's thriving. So I'm not sure. I don't think that was the issue. And then it says that when the plant outgrows the jar, it's transplant time. I could have waited for them to grow to the size of the jar, which is what I wanted to do, but since it's already looking like that, I don't think I even have the opportunity to wait, because if I wait any more longer, it's just gonna mold up and die. So it's time to get in there and try to rescue it as best we can. So it didn't go too well last time, so we'll see how it works out this time. My biggest issue last time was the soil, and now we have the soil. So I want to see how it turns out, and I'm sure you guys are also interested, because that's why you're here. So second try, we'll see how it goes. We're already starting off a little bit wonky, and our first step is to take out your plants. So let's get to it.
Jungles, grassy plains, and the dark depths of the oceans.
First step says take out your plant. It says when your Venus flytrap has grown to the point where it fills the terrarium, its growth will slow down. At this point, you can take it out and transplant it into a pot. You can use blunt tweezers to take the plant out by its roots. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I got my blunt tweezers right here, and we're going to start with the one that's struggling the most and needs the most urgent attention. So let's get to it. First thing, let's go ahead and take the lid off. Let's do that. There we go. Look at that. That's what it looks like. Not looking very nice, unfortunately, and kind of smells like fungus. So look at that. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna put them in here as I take them out. All right, time to start taking it out. I'm gonna be using the blunt tweezers to get them out. Reach towards the bottom, pick them out by the roots. I'm just gonna go around, break all the gel like that, and then push it out. Who knows? We might be able to save it, rescue it. Now we have a lot of gel left. So gel, nothing else left in there, just gel. So we're good with that. Now, what it looks like, that's what we got out of the, that's what we got. We gotta rinse that out and take off all that gel. But before we do that, let's go ahead and uncork this one. Here we go. There we go. That was pretty simple. Now we're gonna use the tweezers once again, break up all the gel at the bottom, try to cause the least amount of damage as possible, and take them out by the roots so we can get as many healthy ones as we can. Break up that gel, just try to reach the bottom. There we go. And we just break it up. Alright, be gentle. Yeah, some gel coming out. Alright, so this one is a little bit harder. They do say not to break the glass. I kind of feel like it would be a lot easier if I just smashed the bottle, but I'm trying to follow their instructions. I feel like I am doing more damage than good. Maybe if I try smashing it. I don't have a hammer. Ah, see, they're just breaking. I don't think this is the best way to do it. I feel like they're setting me up for failure. This is really freaking difficult. I can barely get any. Come on. You wanna come out? There we go! That was harder than it needed to be. Look at that. Alright, so hopefully they'll make it. I don't know. That was kind of intense, but we got them out. I might still have one more to get. There's this one. I don't see any roots in it, so it might not have any. But it has a lot of heads, so I'm still gonna, well, put it in there. Jeez. I don't love these. They're very difficult. Look at that. That's what they look like. Healthy ones and not very good looking ones. We'll see if any of them make it, hopefully.
Write college for free. Get connected for free.
Alright. Second step is to rinse. After the plant is out, rinse the gel completely off the plant under room temperature running water. If this step is skipped, mold will grow on the gel, killing your plant. We don't want that. Give the plant one final rinse with distilled water to get rid of any mineral residue from the previous tap water rinse. The most important rule to follow is that tap water or any mineral/fertilizer sources are lethal to these plants. Use only distilled water with no minerals added. Okay, got that. Let's rinse them out using some distilled water. Rinse them out. Look at that. It's like a blob. That's just mush. Wow, how sad. It literally just turned to mush. How disappointing. It's literally just falling apart in my hands. So, I think it's pretty obvious that we are not going to be rescuing the dome terrarium. I was hoping maybe there was some that I could salvage, but it is literally Flytrap mush. Look at that. Well, I tried. So sadly, it seems like the Flytrap that was in the dome terrarium is done for. But these still have some roots and some healthiness on them, so let's continue rinsing them out. And hopefully we can have at least one we can pot up. Dang it.
A few minutes later.
Alright, so I was able to separate them between potential candidates and no way. Let's go ahead and pot these up and see if they actually make it.
It's George. George what?
Alright, so now let's go ahead and get the soil ready into the pots and pot them up. Step number 3 is plant. Mix the soil well inside the bag, then fill the 3-inch planter with soil to the 2/3 mark. Wash the soil by pouring about 0.5 gallon of distilled water, no minerals added, into the planter, and then let the wastewater drain off at the bottom. From one terrarium, you can keep the plant as one whole plant. So I'm just going to plant them all together. Bury the black roots of the plant into the soil, guiding it with your blunt tweezers. A small part of the rhizome can be buried into the soil as well. Then it says to cover the plant with saran wrap. Alright, let's go ahead and pot it up. Get some saran wrap. So I'm trying to use one pot at this point because I only have one plant that made it. Mixing up the soil. It says to mix it up good. Open it up a little bit. Yes. I'm going to set this right here so I don't get dirt everywhere and pour it in about 2/3 like that. I'm going to pour a little bit more and I get some of the sand. There's some silica sand down here that I'm trying to get to at the very bottom. So I guess that's why they say to mix it well. There we go. 2/3 of the pot right there. Let's go ahead and put the plants in. Now let's get the healthy ones like this one and just guide them in. There you go. There we have one. Yay! Alright, that one's actually looking good already. Get it. Looking really good, so I'm excited. And the last one, this one's tiny, but it still has some roots, so I'm gonna give it a fighting chance. Alright, look at that, looking good, looking very good. So, there we go, that looks a lot better, much better than last time. They are planted. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a little bit of water just to kind of help them acclimate a little bit. Our final step for today, cover it up with some saran wrap and let it acclimate. Got some saran wrap right here. Alright, put it lightly over it. Make sure you don't cover the holes at the bottom so water can actually drain. And there we go, covered with saran wrap.
And you know what? You're not listening to me because I see you going.
Alright, well, we have finally made it to the final part of the process, which is the acclimating period. And really, if you think things have been stressful to this point, now it's been really stressful. So, alright, it says step number 4, acclimate. Your plant has been living in a high humidity, low light environment. It's crucial to slowly acclimate the plant over the course of a month to real world parameters. To begin, keep your plants watered, leaves misted, and covered with saran wrap. Alright, so the soil's already wet and the saran wrap is on there. It should be good on misting for now. I'll probably mist it in a couple days to keep that humidity up, but I don't think it needs more misting for now. Gradually wean off the humidity levels by poking holes in the saran wrap over the course of 1 month. Water only with mineral-free distilled water. If you notice mold, placing your plant in the sun is a sure way to kill it. Sunlight is the best disinfectant after all. You can also provide a low heat emitting light sources like LED or fluorescent, at least 12 inches away from the plant. I'm going to keep it under my grow light in my propagation corner, 12 inches from it, so it should be okay. After you successfully harden off the plant, you may begin feeding small insects such as gnats or hydrated betta fish pellets. Interesting. That may fit in the traps. That's cool. I didn't even know they could eat betta fish pellets. That's interesting. If it's approaching winter, do not try to hibernate the plant. Just focus on acclimating and growing it. It is a somewhat tedious but rewarding process. Oh, trust me, I know it's pretty tedious. Let's see how rewarding it is. Your plant can grow for many years. Good luck and have fun. Alright, so I guess at the end of the day, that's the most important part, right? Having fun. And this has definitely been fun, interesting process. So here we go. Second try. Let's see how it goes. I have to acclimate. See you guys in a month.
was a waste of time.